Deadpool and Wolverine. 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 Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wow! How's that for a clever intro to this Thoughts video? I mean, hey, I need to do something because of what I had to endure, but yeah, I guess that's pretty much what I can say. I need to do something for this one for sure, so yeah, you pretty much know the drill, so yeah. Hi, welcome back to another Thoughts video. I'm your host, Ackleyattack4427. You know the drill. So yeah, I hope all of you enjoyed this really clever intro I've put together for this one for sure, and probably I think my best attempt at singing to the theme to 2001: A Space Odyssey. And if you think that actually is taking a bit from Miss Oliver and Blossom's review on the Thomas and Friends episode Money Matters, you'd be right on that. Because hey, as the old ceiling goes, if you can't think of any good material on your own, just steal something and admit you're stealing it. I mean that's a good lesson that I had to endure, so. But yeah, I think I'm getting way too ahead of myself for sure, so yeah, I guess if you couldn't tell based on the intro as of now, yes folks, we're finally talking about this movie for sure, and well, I guess we've been waiting years and years and years and years for this movie to finally come around for sure, so yes folks, for today's Thoughts video, we're finally talking about Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah, that's what we're finally talking about here today, so yeah. I know we've been anticipating this for a long time, and trust me, I've been anticipating for this for sure, so yeah, I think that's pretty much what we're going to talk about here today, and quite fitting as well because it has been several months since we've actually talked about one of the films in this cinematic universe for sure, so I think it's about time that we finally get ourselves right into it for sure. And it is quite fitting because this year's San Diego Comic-Con had just wrapped up by the time this video goes live for sure, and yeah, pretty much the studio behind the ongoing cinematic universe as of now has already laid out some plans for what could be coming our way for the near future for sure. And if you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about for sure, yes folks, I am referring to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as horrible, so yeah. Yeah, I think it has been several months since we've actually talked about one of the films from the ongoing Marvel Cinematic Universe for sure, and for those who are wondering, don't worry, I'll get right on to all the shows that came out some time ago that I might have missed out on for sure, but it'll probably be until sometime later if I get some spare time in my hands for sure, but we'll have to wait and see for now for sure, so yeah. But of course, if anything, in regards to today's movie we're talking about here today, here's something that we never thought we would actually see from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Their latest film that actually has an R rating. Yeah, never thought they finally dive right into that territory for sure. I mean, what? Were you expecting for them to stick to all of their movies being rated PG-13? I mean, given to their lineup from past to present, might be, so. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much what we're actually diving into for sure. And luckily for this case, Deadpool and Wolverine is definitely that case for sure. Not only is this the latest installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that just came out not too long ago, but believe it or not, given to, of course, part of the title that I actually mentioned for sure, it is in fact the latest installment, pretty much, or should I say the latest movie that's based around one of the greatest Marvel characters, if not the greatest Marvel characters of all time, Deadpool. So yeah, I think that that's pretty much what we're talking about here today. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say. Of course, that front. Okay, I guess I'm pretty much done with that, so yeah. Alright, so before I can go ahead and talk about this latest movie, I think it makes sense for me to talk about, well, the first two Deadpool movies for sure, and I guess, if anything, what can't I say about the Deadpool movies for sure, So yeah, I guess if anything, my knowledge on Deadpool as a whole is kind of pretty much very minimable, to say the least, or minimum, whatever the fuck you want to call it nowadays, so yeah, I think my knowledge on Deadpool was very little since I first know about the character for sure, but of course, from what I can gather, I have seen several cosplays of it at conventions I've actually go to past the present for sure, and quite funny enough, yeah, I think I really didn't know anything about the original comic books for sure, but I think it's thanks to, of course, the cosplays I've seen at conventions that really got me into finding out more about Deadpool as a whole, and ironically enough, I do find it to be quite fascinating for sure, so. But of course, what really fascinated me about Deadpool the most would definitely have to be the movies that we actually got based around the character for sure, and yeah, what can I say about the Deadpool movies that a lot of people haven't already for sure, so yeah. I guess if anything, from my knowledge by far, the Deadpool movies, in my opinion, I really enjoyed them for sure. The first film was absolutely incredible, and the second film that came out 2 years later, I thought was equally impressive for sure. And yeah, I think it kind of makes sense that I actually really love both of those movies for sure. Yeah, not only does it provide really great action and of course some really great comedy and some amazing fourth wall breaking for sure, but by far, I think pretty much what made the Deadpool movies so incredible in my opinion would definitely have to be pretty much the main character himself. Yeah, pretty much the main character himself, yeah, the way he's developed quite well, and of course his personality is quite amazing, and of course, giving us a really great performance from Ryan Reynolds playing the character himself. It actually makes it all the more incredible for sure, so yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, pretty much both of the Deadpool movies for sure. I love both Deadpool 1 and 2 for sure. I think they're really, really great movies by far, and yeah, and I think think it's thanks to the first movie that I actually got to see back when it first came out in 2016. That of course what got me into finally breaking the barrier for me to officially see R-rated movies on the big screen, which I have been doing pretty much for several years now without any sign of slowing down for sure. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can say for that front for sure. So I guess since after seeing the first two movies for sure, I actually I'm pretty much a lot like everyone else. I actually got myself really excited to see on what the third film will have to offer for sure. And trust me when I say we've been waiting years upon years to finally see the third Deadpool movie for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front for sure. So not only do we heard the news about the third Deadpool movie that we're getting, but also hear the news that it's going to be added into the Marvel Cinematic Universe for sure. I got myself really excited to see on what they're going to endure for, of course, this one for sure. And to make it even better, just by adding yeah, pretty much not only putting Deadpool in for sure, but also bringing back Hugh Jackman to play Wolverine, like in all the X-Men movies that came out beforehand. That immediately got us pumped up to see on what we're going to be in for sure. So yeah, literally when it first got announced for sure to lead to where we are right now for sure, I got myself really excited to see on what they're going to do for, of course, this one for sure, and see on how they're going to pull it off for this being the Marvel Cinematic Universe's first venture into one of their latest films getting a rated R rating, or at least an R rating for sure. So, of course, luckily enough, I guess it's after all what I've actually been through with, of course, this month, pretty much not only seeing both Despicable Me 4 and Twisters beforehand, but also attending my best friend Glenori's wedding earlier this month, and even surviving a bit of a tornado that we got some time ago for sure. I knew right away that this movie is, of course, the one I'm really excited for sure. And if you have seen the previous thoughts video that I did on Twisters, you would definitely know I was really pumped up to really see this movie for sure. So luckily enough, I did manage to get myself in to officially go and see this movie for myself. All thanks to the kind people at Crown City Cinemas, as always, for sure. So yeah, and of course I did manage to get myself in to officially go and see this movie for myself, and now that I've officially got back from, of course, seeing it, a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I finally got the chance to see it? Well, I'm not gonna lie, the hype for this movie was actually well worth it, and yeah, it was a massive wild ride I've actually been through for sure. So yeah, I guess given to what I've actually seen, this movie was really fucking great for sure. I mean, yeah, I can't say, probably the best way I can describe it in my opinion is that I can't necessarily say it's actually as strong as the first film. But I really do enjoy it pretty much for the same reasons on why I enjoyed the second Deadpool movie as a whole for sure. But regardless of course, that front, I really do think this is a really great movie for sure. I really enjoyed it all the way. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright then, so yeah, now that I've got the short version out of the way, let's dive right into all the stuff that I need to talk about for sure. So So for starters is, of course, the story for, of course, this movie, and honestly, to me, I think with what I've actually seen with the story for sure, I really do love, of course, what they've actually decided to go for sure. Yeah, basically, I think it's pretty much the same formality as of course, pretty much the previous two movies for sure, and really does do a really great job, and of course, keeping the love and the spirit of course, pretty much of course, Deadpool as a whole for sure. But I really do like the new direction you decide to go for sure, in a way that I've never actually seen pretty much with Deadpool for sure, and given to, of course, what I've actually seen, I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done to actually make this movie look great for sure. I really do love on how well structured out it is to really get myself engaged with, of course, everything that goes on for sure, to even a point where I actually got myself hooked on with, of course, everything that happens right up until the very end for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, story-wise, I really do like, of course, what they actually decide to go for sure, and I really do admire, of course, what they've actually done entirely. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the story for, of course, this movie, and of course, the writing, I have to say, as another aspect. Honestly, to me, I really do think it's actually very written out quite well for sure. Everything from what I've actually seen is actually written out quite well that I really do admire in such a way that really got me hooked on with, of course, what I've actually seen by far. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, the writing for sure. I mean, yeah, I think there might be a little bit of pieces that might have that could use a little rewriting here and there, but I really do admire, of course, what they actually did to really make this work for sure, and I really love, of course, on the way they actually accomplished that quite well for sure. So, and of course, that's another aspect, the comedy, I have to say. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind, I really got myself a huge laugh out of course, the film's comedy for sure. Every single bit of, pretty much every single joke that's actually being thrown out to every additional, pretty much reference for sure, to even most of the signature fourth wall breaking Deadpool does for sure. It actually got me a huge laugh for sure, and trust me, when I went to actually see this movie, there were like several others that actually came to see as well, and we were really on our seats laughing really hard at the jokes for sure. They were that great for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the comedy for sure, alongside the story and the writing for sure. Yeah, maybe I think a little adjusting and a little retweaking here and there, but all around, I do think they're really great for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alrighty then, so yeah, now that I've got those out of the way, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about the next couple of things that I need to talk about for sure, which are, of course, for starters, the characters, and yeah, I guess if anything, what can I say about the characters that a lot of people haven't already for sure? Yeah, I really do think they are developed quite well for sure, and I really do admire them in such a way that actually makes them likable and interesting for sure. And yeah, with all of them I've actually seen on screen for sure, I really do care for them a whole lot for sure, and I do want to see them get out of a certain predicament they're in to help save the day for sure. Which I guess is kind of the whole point of superhero films for sure. But hey, what can you do for sure? So yeah, I really do admire, of course, what they've done with the characters for sure. Everything from, of course, the main heroes that I really get to admire, to, of course, the really fucking interesting villain that we actually got for sure that our heroes need to tackle upon in order to pretty much stop their evil plan and, of course, well, save the day. So yeah, I really do admire the characters for sure, and yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, and of course, I cannot forget the actors that came on board to play all these characters for sure, to which I definitely won't reveal all of them for sure, because that will give away spoilers for sure, so yeah, no spoilers in this thoughts video as normal, so. But yeah, needless to say, all the actors that came on board to play all these characters, I really do think they pulled off some really great performances for sure, and I really do admire, of course, what they actually did to really make this movie great for sure, and it's through their performances to really make the characters actually all the more likable and interesting that I really do get to admire for sure, so. But particularly, I know hands down that pretty much the two that I can say really did give off some really great performances is, of course, obviously Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool for starters, and yeah, I'm really quite glad that Ryan Reynolds decided to come back to play Deadpool for sure, because yeah, you can't actually beat Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool for sure. That is like the perfect casting choice for sure. So I'm really glad they brought him back for sure. And yeah, Ryan Reynolds really gave off such a great performance that really makes him the Deadpool that we all know and love for sure. And of course, let's not forget to mention for sure, they really did an incredible job in bringing back Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. So yeah, I guess if anything, if you are quite familiar with all the X-Men movies in the past for sure, you would definitely know that Hugh Jackman really does pretty much pull off these movies quite well, as of course Wolverine himself for sure. So yeah, and in the case of this movie for sure, I'm really glad he came back to play Wolverine for sure, and he really did make the character work incredibly well, like he did in the past. And yeah, it's through his performance for sure that really got him really so likable for sure. So yeah, and plus we pretty much not only do we get some really great development from, of course, these two, but of course, given to the title of the movie being named Deadpool and Wolverine, yeah, I guess if anything, the chemistry between the two for sure, I really do admire entirely for sure, because yeah, it's pretty much throughout the course of this movie we get to see the two together that really got us hooked on for sure. Yeah, and plus pretty much this incredible team up for sure is, of course, what we need for sure, and I really do admire of course the way they actually accomplished that quite well for sure. So yeah, basically their chemistry throughout the course of this movie as their little bonding time for sure is something I really can't admire. Yeah, I can't help admire for sure, and yeah, I think it's pretty much what makes this movie all the more fun to watch for sure. You do want to see them team up for sure, and have them work together for sure, and I think they really accomplished that quite well for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, that in a nutshell for sure. So yeah, basically the characters and the actors for sure, I really do admire them for sure, and I really love on the way they actually pulled it off for sure. So yeah. it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so, now that I've actually got those two out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Actually, quite a whole lot for sure, so yeah, I guess for starters, we might as well start off with, of course, well, seeing how this is a superhero movie for sure, we might as well talk about the action for sure, and yeah, I think pretty much the best way I can describe it for sure is that I do think the action in this film is actually brilliantly well done for sure. I love the way they are really incorporating every single fight scene for sure, and of course on how well planned out it is to really make this work for sure, and yeah, I really do think they pulled it off quite well with the action for sure, because whenever I see something that goes on throughout the course of this movie for sure is, yeah, basically, I really, I not only laugh at some of the really great physical humor they actually pulled off as part of the film's comedy for sure, but I really do admire, of course, I'm pretty much on how well pumped up I usually get whenever an action scene actually happens for sure. Yeah, and plus the way they actually planned it out for sure really got me hooked on for sure, and really does it in such a way that I really can't help but really get myself into quite well for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the action for sure. Now, as for the visuals and the effects for sure, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I really do think they pulled it off quite well for sure. Yeah, I mean, sure, some parts of it could have been rendered out a little better for sure. But other than that, I really do think the visuals and the effects for sure is really, really incredible for sure. So yeah, pretty much the way they built each seg, both physically and digitally as well, is really something to admire for sure. The way they pulled off the effects for sure is really, really incredible. I do admire, of course, what they've actually done for sure, almost to the point where it almost looks a little realistic for sure. Not by much, but only a little. And let's not forget to mention the amount of blood and gore they actually showed off for sure was actually so great and so realistic. It actually does make it worth the R rating for sure. So yeah, I think it's pretty much what I can say for, of course, the visuals and the effects for sure. And that's just to name me a few in a nutshell for sure. So yeah. And of course, for another aspect that I might as well dive right into, the direction in this film, to which, by the way, I think I should mention right now, this film is, of course, pretty much directed by, of course, pretty much directed by, pretty much a good ally of Ryan Reynolds in the past, Sean Levy, who previously directed one Ryan Reynolds film that we talked about in the past, Free Guy. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Sean Levy really did an incredible job directing this film for sure. The way he actually pretty much worked out this movie for sure, given to the material that's actually been given for sure. Yeah, I really do think he pulled it off quite well for sure. That I really can't help but admire for sure. So yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess if anything, he's nothing compared to, of course, Tim Miller, who directed the first film, and David Lynch, who directed the second film for sure. But again, I do think the way he directed this movie actually is really, really incredibly well done for sure. I do admire, of course, when they actually what he's actually done, given to the material that he's actually been giving for sure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say for the direction of this film for sure. So yeah, and of course, pretty much the cinematography in this film is also really, really well done. I really love on each and every single camera shot they actually pulled off to really make this movie look great for sure. And it really does show with, of course, given to what I've actually seen on screen for sure. So yeah, and of course, the editing in this film is cut perfectly through some really, really fantastic editing that I really do admire for sure, and not only blending in quite well with the action and the rest of the story for sure, as I mentioned earlier, but it also does do an incredible job, and of course, matching the film's tone and pacing as well, that I also couldn't help but admire for sure, that I really couldn't help but get behind for sure. So yeah. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything that I can say for, of course, this movie as a whole for sure. So yeah, with every single thing that I've actually mentioned for sure, it really does show how much I enjoyed this movie for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alrighty then, so yeah, overall, yeah, what else can I say about this movie for sure? I guess there's no doubt in my mind, Deadpool and Wolverine is, without a doubt, a hilarious, action-packed, wild ride that I know hands down that you cannot get off of for sure. It's that great in my opinion, and I really do admire, of course, what they actually did. Everything from what I've actually seen for sure, not only pretty much is a really great way for pretty much the Marvel Cinematic Universe to try to do something out of their comfort zone that I really do, yeah, that I really do think actually worked quite well. Which is actually quite fitting, seeing of how this is actually seeing of how Marvel is currently owned by Disney as of now. How long until that day comes that Disney will finally give in and finally do an R-rated film of their own for sure? Which I know is saying a whole lot because, yeah, I definitely know they're taking baby steps as of now. But you know what? I guess for the case of this movie, in the case of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, those are really good baby steps for sure. And I'm really glad they actually did it quite well for sure. So with not just that, but the way they actually carried out the love and the spirit of course, the Deadpool movies as a whole, and of course incorporating pretty much the main aspect of X-Men for sure. I guess if anything, it really does show on how much this movie really does work quite well in a way that I really can't help but admire for sure. So with everything that I've actually said, yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that I really enjoyed this movie for what it is, and I really do think they really pulled it off quite well for sure. So yeah, and again, the best way I can actually describe this movie is, I think this movie is pretty much on the same level as, of course, well, the second Deadpool movie for sure. I mean, what do I mean by that? Well, I guess if anything, pretty much if anything, the second film, I really do think it's a really great sequel for sure, and I really do admire, of course, what they actually did for sure in keeping the love and the spirit of Deadpool as a whole. But I really don't think it's actually as strong as, of course, the first film, hands down, for sure. So I can definitely make the same argument for, of course, this movie for sure. Yeah, I really don't think this film is actually as strong as the first film, but I really do enjoy it for the same reasons. For the same reasons I really enjoyed the second film for sure. So So yeah, almost coming close to being a masterpiece for sure. But I still think it's a really great movie as a whole for sure, so yeah. I guess that's probably the best way you can actually put it for sure, and but I guess there's no doubt in my mind, I still recommend this movie for sure, so yeah. I guess I know hands down, I think you're gonna be in for something really great for sure, and yeah, I guess there's no doubt in my mind that Deadpool and Wolverine is that great movie that I know you're definitely gonna love for sure, so yeah, either way, I highly recommend this movie all the way, and I say it's definitely well worth checking out for sure, so yeah, for my final score, yeah, I'm definitely happy to say that I'm gonna give Deadpool and Wolverine an 8.5 out of 10 as my final score. I can't necessarily say it's actually as strong as the first film, but I really do enjoy it as much as the second film for sure, and yeah, I think it's pretty much everything that I can say for, of course, this one for sure, so yeah. So yeah, I think that's probably the best way to actually put it for sure. So yeah, if you're looking for something that actually really does keep the love and the spirit of course, Deadpool for sure, but taking away, that'll actually make the Marvel Cinematic Universe do something out of their comfort zone and actually do it quite well for sure, then I say this is the perfect movie for you to check out for sure. So yeah. That's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Alright. Alright, so I guess with all that said and done, that's pretty much everything that I can say for, of course, this movie for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and, well, let me know in the comment section below on, of course, what you think of, Deadpool and Wolverine for sure, so yeah, that's something I definitely want to ask as normal. What do you think of Deadpool and Wolverine for sure? Do you absolutely really enjoyed it and think it's actually as great as the first two Deadpool movies, or do you absolutely hate it and think pretty much R-rated films is something the Marvel Cinematic Universe should never ever do again for sure? Or are you somewhere in between where you actually think it's okay for sure? So yeah, let me know in the comment section below on what you thought of Deadpool and Wolverine, if you've actually seen it. I would definitely love to know on what you guys think, so yeah, I think that's pretty much what I can say on that front, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and, well, I guess if anything, I guess I'll do it for, of course, well, actually talk about for July this year for sure, so yeah, looks like August is coming up next month for sure, and I don't know what I'm actually gonna be in for sure, but let's hope pretty much August will actually give us something good for sure, like, of course, what we actually got as of now for sure, so yeah. I can't say, of course, while I actually talk about next for sure, but we'll definitely have to wait and see when that comes around for sure, so. But until that actually comes around, thank you guys so much for watching, and, oh, I can't believe I forgot about this. Hold on one second. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I can't believe I almost forgot about this for sure, but I think I might as well show it off right here, so yeah. I guess I can't forget to mention that I actually got this really nice, pretty much themed popcorn bucket for sure, themed to the movie that I actually saw for sure. So yeah, this popcorn bucket was actually so great. I had to get this when I went to Crown City Cinemas to see this movie for sure, and good thing too, because, well, actually brought home some popcorn to share to my family for sure, so. In fact, I think I'm gonna have a little big for sure just to help close this thoughts video out. So yeah, right up until the next movie I'll see in my next thoughts video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. This is really good stuff.
Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/Ackleyattack427TV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyattackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.